Feeling a bit nervous. I'm doing something very exciting and very out of my comfort zone. I love these. I ended up needing an entire new tyre. Hello, happy Tuesday. I'm currently on a chat trying to get a refund for an internet bill that I should not have been charged for. So that's fun. It's been a very chill start to the week, which was definitely necessary after the less than chill weekend. If you saw my last vlog, you know. Well, they're typing. Matt is still sick, sadly, but he is at work. He's been going to work, which I'm not 100% sure is the wisest course of action, but it's one of those scenarios where he kind of has to go. His work is not being the nicest about that, but I am looking forward to tonight because we're going out for dinner tonight. I actually have a brand partnership. I'm so excited because it's just a really fun one. I have a brand partnership that I will be filming while we go out for dinner tonight for an app that gets you discounts for dining in and takeaway with certain restaurants. So I'll put a link in my description. This is not sponsored. I did not get asked to make a YouTube video at all, but I will be posting on Instagram about it. But I do have a discount code that they gave me, so I'll pop that down below. The app is called EatClub, and yeah, it's really cool actually. You just go into the app, you can see all of the restaurants in your area, you can sort it by cuisine and occasion and all that kind of thing, and the restaurants on there will have a couple of offers per day. So the one that we're going to tonight had 3 offers for the day. Yeah, you go in and you select your restaurant, and a lot of them have between 25 and 30% off your total bill, which is actually a really huge discount. Like 30% off is a huge discount. I think, don't quote me on this, I'll put information in the description when I can check it later, but I'm pretty sure the code that I have will give you another 10% off, which is insane. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's such a good deal. I wish I could use my own code. So we're going out for dinner tonight, which is not something that we do very often, but I love being able to do brand partnerships like this with companies that I actually think are really cool and very much like align with how we live our lives. You know, we don't go out willy-nilly and all that kind of thing, but with Valentine's Day coming up and all of that, and it will definitely be something that would fit within our budget and within our parameters for our no buy year as well, because we do have the exception of a small budget every month, which we didn't use last month, to go out and do something new. And we never go to restaurants, so going out to a restaurant is very much doing something new for us. So that's exciting. Less exciting that the internet company is arguing with me. I got my refund. It is wild how difficult that was. But here's the lesson in all of this. When you are entitled to a refund, even if they are denying your refund, don't take no for an answer. Welcome to my wardrobe. I'm trying to figure out what to wear. Definitely thinking a dress. It's quite warm, but I don't know which dress. I have this one, which I don't wear a whole ton, which is inside out, but this one's pretty fun. That is an option. Oh, this could be another option. Okay. I think one of these. These are 2 that I don't wear. Super day-to-day. I'm gonna quickly jump in the shower and then we'll try these on and see what looks good and what's gonna work. Okay, ignore my hair because it's up from my shower. This is dress option number 1, and I'm not feeling it. Excuse the bag in the way. Like, the pattern is super cute, but I feel very self-conscious about like this bit. Like, it cuts in a lot here and I feel really self-conscious. This is much better. It's also more comfortable. So I'm gonna go with this one. Sorry, this is a terrible view with the bag there. I should have moved that, but I think this is just a better option. Plus, I feel like you want to be in something comfortable when you're gonna sit down to eat dinner. We're going with this one. I'm running out of time, but I'm going to quickly curl my hair. Thankfully, my hair curls very quickly, and I can usually do this in about 5 minutes if I'm fast. Now, the key with this, in case you want a tutorial on curling your hair, which you probably don't need, but anyway, the key with this is that I don't separate it out, and also I have relatively thin hair. The one, I guess, win that I have with like thin hair is this. I think it's also the curling iron too. I bought it just like on a whim when I needed a new one. It's the Formerwell brand. I I don't think Priceline still sells it because I've had it for a few years, but I just alternate grabbing up here and grabbing down here. And then I just hold it here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I move on. I've got it on 180 degrees. I'd say once I get in, like from up to my ear kind of thing, this is the only part that I kind of section. And then I just leave it looking very ringlety and do the other side. The first half took me 2.5 minutes, didn't time the second half, but probably about the same. So now I'll brush this side out because it's all cool. And then it ends up looking really nice. And then I just hairspray it. This side is still a bit warm, but I think my fringe is all fine, which is good. So I can turn the straightener off. Okay, it's about cool. And then I also always try and remember to brush it back as well. That's important. And then just hairspray. It will get a little crunchy, so I'll just give it a little scrunch before I leave just to get the crunch out of the hairspray, but that doesn't affect the holding capabilities of the hairspray. Let's put some earrings on, shall we? I have to admit, this is a concern. It just, the strap does not, I feel like I must have very slopey shoulders or something. Straps, no matter what it is, like my bag and everything is always falling off my shoulder. So I have this bracelet. I'm gonna put the bracelet on. I'm feeling a bit nervous because where we're going is not an area I'm super familiar with, and it's kind of like inner suburbs, and inner suburbs are not my thing. I'm driving there by myself and meeting Matt there, so a bit nervous about doing the drive because normally this is the kind of drive I don't do. It'll be good though. Okay, I'm ready. I feel overdressed. Even though I don't think I am, I haven't really been this dressed up in a while. I have a little cardigan just in case I need it. So yeah, let's go. It is Wednesday and I'm doing something very exciting this morning and very out of my comfort zone, which very much seems to be the theme of this year for me so far. I'm going to be on ABC Radio National, which is very cool and I'm actually really looking forward to it. I'll post a link to the podcast because they record it and post it as a podcast, which is awesome. And I think it's going to be a really good conversation about no buy years, and obviously they've become quite popular, but there's also going to be an academic that's what I was told, who is going to be talking about like the emotional reasons that we buy, and I think there's even going to be some callers because it's technically talkback radio, so I'm a little nervous about that because that's such an unknown quantity. I think it's going to be a really cool experience and I'm really excited, and I love talking about the whole no buy year thing. I keep meaning to make, well, I say keep meaning to, it's on my list to make some videos about no buy year rules and experience and all of that here for my YouTube channel. I've done a lot of that on short form platforms, but not on YouTube. If you ever have something you want to see or something you want me to talk about, feel free to comment below anytime. I'm always up for more ideas. Dinner last night was amazing, by the way. Super fun, and thankfully I had a really smooth drive in there, which I wasn't 100% expecting because I do not trust Melbourne traffic at all. It was delicious. We had some great food. We've got leftovers, which is awesome. Love leftovers. It was just a really nice experience. It was very quiet, which I think is the point. They put offers on when they're trying to entice people into a restaurant, which makes sense. But it was nice that it was quiet because I don't love super loud restaurants. Oh, And we got this sticky date pudding for dessert. Oh my goodness, I'm pretty sure it was the best sticky date pudding I've ever had. I love sticky date pudding. It's not something that I feel like you see often on menus. We went to, I don't think I said this yesterday, we went to Postmistress, very odd name, in Brunswick, I think West. Very unassuming from the front. It was really good. I'm racing through this because I need to jump on an audio check in, I'm assuming about 15 minutes now, maybe 10. I'm gonna do my eyes now because I definitely can't do that on camera and talk at the same time. And then we'll see if I can get some footage of the whole radio thing. I don't know how that's gonna work, but we'll see what happens. Here we go. I was already a little bit of a mender, honestly, and I think things like that kind of helped to motivate me to do this no by year, honestly, because I was like, okay, if the worst happens, if this breaks, if this happens, our first instinct as a couple was to fix things. And I think it just kind of, again, leans into that whole get creative thing. There's always an option. There's always something you can do that's at least lower cost or free. And if we couldn't mend it, we'd just kind of see if we could find something on Marketplace for free, like a lot of other people have mentioned. Part of it is really, like I mentioned earlier, the whole habit side of it. So if you actually think about how you spend your evenings, a lot of people probably sit down and watch a show or watch a movie to relax. It's really easy to sit and mend a pair of pants while you're watching a movie, and you kind of don't even notice you're doing it by the end. So if you're able to kind of, I guess, pair those tasks that feel a bit more like drudgery with the more fun tasks like watching a movie, you start to just not notice. And throughout the year, it really does just change how you live to the point where you don't even think about the different ways you're spending your time, because, you know, you spend heaps of time scrolling on your phone on social media or something, and I love social media, don't get me wrong, but, you know, you can take 10 minutes of that time to look for a free activity to do on the weekend. So once you start to change your habits, there really was a flow-on effect. That's what I found. Like, it felt hard at first, but once you do one, it flows into the next, and it all just kind of snowballs. Ah, we're done. Okay. I've actually just been sitting here for the last like 20 minutes just doing nothing, because it always feels weird to me when you get off stuff like that and you're like thrust back into normal life and you're just like, okay. It's just hard to transition. I find it hard to transition. So I'm gonna go make some breakfast. The plan for today is to rest. I actually blocked off like the entire day basically to rest. However, I have a reel that I need to edit and send to a brand today for the dinner that we did yesterday. And my weekly vlog isn't up yet, and it's Wednesday. It's mostly edited. I'm just trying to make it shorter because it's way too long at the moment. It's like 38 minutes, far too long. I refuse to upload any weekly vlogs that are longer than half an hour. So I'm gonna make some breakfast, make a smoothie, and then I'm just gonna, I think, curl up on the couch and have like a chill editing moment. And then I have acupuncture in a couple of hours, which I'm super looking forward to. I was just about to leave. I'd opened the door and everything, and I remembered we bought this last night on our way home. It's a car air vent phone holder. So I have a really, I have a really great phone mount in my car. However, it sits in my window, which is not great in the Australian summer because my phone heats up to crazy proportions. Whereas this, it just clips onto your vent and then you put your phone in it. And it is very sunny outside, so I don't actually need the GPS for going to acupuncture, but I don't have enough hands for this, do I? But I would like to test it because I have quite a drive ahead of me on Friday. So I want to get it in the... Oh, it is warm today. Holy moly. And I'm wearing pants. Who thought that was a good idea? Sometimes people ask how hot it is here in Australia. My sun visor for my car is kind of melting. Like it's bubbling and melting. so that's interesting. Feeling better after some acupuncture. Heading home now for a cozy, chill afternoon. That's my plan. I also really need to wash my hair now that I've been to acupuncture. I never washed my hair before acupuncture. Definitely needs it. I made these muesli bars for Matt in last week's vlog, but he hasn't eaten a lot of them because he's not been very well this week. We're really out of vitamins. But he had one today and he texted me and said they were amazing. So I think I'm actually going to have maybe half of one. Normally I don't eat them just because I don't snack a lot, but I'm feeling really hungry today, so I'm going to try one. I really can't decide what I think about my hair like this. I reached my sensory limit yesterday. It was a very hot day and I was in and out of the heat, but I really needed to wash my hair after acupuncture especially. So I washed it and I just let it air dry, which is always quite the risk with my hair because it takes so long to dry. I don't understand why it takes so long to dry. I washed it at about 6 and when I was getting ready for bed at 9:30, it still wasn't fully dry, and it was a hot day. Granted, I was inside, but we had the air conditioning on. Like, it's dry in here. Very, very dry. Lots of like wind and fans and yeah. Anyway, so it was about 80 to 90% dry when I was really getting ready for bed, so I put it in a braid, which does mean that it actually, you know, did something. But when it was drying, it got a bit frizzy before I braided it, so I feel like, I don't know. Anyway, let's try these muesli bars because apparently they're delicious and I'm very hungry. I'm not a huge fan of cranberry. We have really good honey at the moment that we got from Terra Madre. It's so delicious and I feel like you can taste that. We also have some marshmallows that I got for, like mini marshmallows that I got for a Christmas like dessert thing that I made that kind of need using up so they don't go gross. So I put some of those in. I'm not loving the cranberry, but I love everything else. And it's made with my homemade peanut butter too. This is one of those things that just feels so satisfying because I feel like the ingredients in it are exactly the kind of ingredients that I would want to put in things. Like, they're organic when they can be, as little preservatives as possible, all that kind of stuff. Bit of a sweet treat with the marshmallows, which who knows what the ingredients are, who cares. I love these. Having a very weird day this morning. It's just one of those days, so having a sweet treat like this, and I love this because it feels and tastes like a sweet treat, but it's pretty healthy and it's gonna like actually sustain me because it's got oats and peanut butter, like healthy fats, and I needed this. I promise I do actually do things other than baking. It's just something that's really easy to show you. The thing that I'm finding difficult about vlogging is that I want to show like the stuff that I do outside of the house, but then I also want to be careful about privacy and all that kind of thing. We've had dinner, which was leftovers. Yay, no having to cook. And now I'm about to make some cookies. And I often get the question with no buy years, like, what about gifts? What about like giving people presents and things? And this is partly the answer. Our group of friends doesn't really do presents back and forth. However, if I do want to give someone something, generally I'll just like bake them some cookies because I find that it's actually really rare, at least amongst the people that I know, for people to bake themselves cookies or have home-baked fresh cookies. And I just think that they're better than store-bought ones. So tomorrow, one of Matt's workmates is coming in quite a lot earlier than he normally does so that Matt can come with me to the funeral. I mentioned last week in last week's vlog that very sadly someone that I knew and cared about a lot that had a really big impact on my life passed away and the funeral is tomorrow. So Matt's going to come with me because I just felt a bit awkward going by myself, honestly, and just because he's a supportive husband. But yeah, because his workmate is coming in early and is just a really nice guy, I thought I'd make him some cookies. Now this is going to be way too much to gift to just one person, so the bonus is that we also get cookies. But yeah, this recipe, I actually made a reel on it for Christmas cookies using like the Christmas colored M&Ms. I'm just going to use regular mini M&Ms today, which I actually think are a little bit better, but they're less festive. So I'll try and remember to put the TikTok link for that recipe video in the comments, in the description, just in case you want to see it. But I'll see if I can film some of this in the terribly lit kitchen. This is why I don't film when it's dark, because it's so hard to film in here. We don't put all the lights on. I normally don't even have these lights on, because if you know, you know, the big light is not something we like. Let's bake. Before dinner, I actually prepped a whole bunch of stuff for this because I was just waiting for Matt to bring home some butter. So I left this sitting out so it could kind of get to room temperature. I've got the eggs, and in here I've just got brown sugar and raw sugar. So I'm gonna add the butter to that and cream it. And then in here we've got flour, baking soda, salt, and you can see the different color on top. That's actually a little bit of vanilla protein powder because I forgot that we were out of vanilla. Oops. I just need to whisk this up and then I will add this. Then we add the M&Ms. Excuse the vitamin factory. Then we add the M&Ms, and honestly that's kind of it. They're very easy. There is still a lot of dough left. I already feel weird about today. And it's barely even started. Ugh. I feel like it's gonna be a big day.
Took one step out the door, wish I'd taken before. I can't make amends with those who won't make good friends. Took one look at the car, felt like looking at a scar. I can't play pretend with those who play the victim. I can't make you love me.
So my morning has gotten a little bit more hectic because last night Matt got home and he had taken my car to work because he needed to drive just for yesterday, and discovered that it's got a leak in one of the tires. Where's my smoothie cup? And so obviously we need to get that fixed before I can go and drive. I don't know if I've actually mentioned I'm going to a funeral today and I've got to drive quite a while to get there. Oh, I just think it's going to be a very big day because then we'll be, going past a Costco on the way home. So Matt and I were like, well, bit of an odd day to do it, but if we're going to drive past it, maybe we'll go to Costco on the way home kind of thing. So he gets home, notices the tire is flat, pumps it up. It's clearly got a leak in it. So he calls a mobile tire place. Normally I would just default take it to Kmart Tire and Auto because that's just an easy solution to this kind of problem. I barely have time this morning to actually take the car in. So Matt called this mobile place, company, whatever, and they were gonna come and do the tire, but I don't think they realized that it was pretty urgent and important. So Matt was like, oh, as long as it's finished by 11, like that's fine today, because I need to leave at about 11. And they were like, yep, no worries, cool. I'll call you in the morning when I'm on the way. And we're like, cool. And then it gets to like 9 and I'm like, okay, this person needs to arrive in the next hour or it might not be done. Heck. Matt texts them, no response. Gets to like 20 past 9 and I text Matt and I'm like, should I just call Kmart Tyre and Auto and see if I can get in? Because running out of time. And he's like, yeah, call them just in case. I'll call this mobile company and see what happens. He calls me back 5 minutes later. Thankfully, I've managed to get an appointment at Kmart Tyre and Auto in like 20 minutes. But yeah, the mobile place were like, oh, sorry, got called away to an emergency up in country Victoria. Sorry. Now, I have no objection to the like emergency urgent repair. I get it. Things happen. But this one is also fairly urgent, or at least it feels urgent to us. And like, at least send a text. Like, even if you don't have time to call or anything, like at least send a text going, hey, sorry, I might be able to do it later today. But they didn't contact us at all, and I only just barely managed to get this appointment in because the people at Kmart Tyre and Auto were really nice and decided to squeeze me in. So now I'm very hurriedly packing, making a breakfast smoothie because I need to leave in about 10 minutes so I can go get the car there, and then I'm gonna have to just like sit at a shopping centre because, you know, most Kmart Tyre and Autos are attached to shopping centres. I guess it's the convenience. Then I'm going to just be sitting there twiddling my thumbs. And I know it does not matter, but I really wanted to paint my nails because I feel like they just look weird because they're stained. It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, but I'm just like, I feel frazzled. I'm just not dealing with all the changes in plan. There's been so many this week and I just would like things to just go smoothly. Okay, can I find the brow stuff? Ooh. This stuff is great and so cheap. Also, this is by far my favorite mascara. I'm wondering if this will be kind of like waterproof. Obviously it doesn't say waterproof, but I do need a new waterproof eyeliner. I realized that I actually needed one thing, but two things. At Pricelines, I figured I'd come in here and at least do this. And this is so much cheaper than the L'Oreal one that I had and so much better. If you haven't checked out Essence makeup products, you definitely should. So I ended up needing an entire new tyre. So $49 turned into 200 plus really quickly. But they've been really, really great about getting it done quickly, so I'm walking to go get the car. But I'm gonna make the funeral on time, and I'm not gonna have to like rush to get there, so everything's working out. Good morning, happy Saturday. I just filmed a whole like couple of minutes yapping, which was way too long, and I realized I had something in my teeth the entire time. Matt is still in the spare room because he's still coughing up a storm, which is awful. We survived yesterday and I just kind of disappeared, I realized. I was so upset because I was driving home. I was like, oh, I completely forgot to like film anything else. Like, obviously I wasn't going to film at the funeral or anything like that, but we went thrifting and stuff afterwards. Didn't get anything, didn't find anything, but it was still fun to actually go thrifting and with Matt. And yeah, I wanted to film that and I completely forgot. So anyway, I was just going over our Up bank account. I love Up. And I use the insights feature for my weekly spending recaps that I post on TikTok and Instagram on Monday mornings or Monday afternoons. So if you aren't following me on there, the links are in the description. I post a spending recap every single week so you can see what we're spending well on I know by year. But no one is ready. I was not ready. No one is ready for the spending recap because I think it's the most spendy week we've had maybe ever. Like between our rent being due this week for the month, the car tire needing replacing, Matt being sick and having to replace a whole bunch of supplements and things. I also had to get a new filter for our air purifier that lasts for 2 years. I did my once a year like purchase of laundry supplies. I haven't purchased any laundry stuff since February last year. Like, it just, there was a whole, everything that could have happened this week happened this week. And then this evening we're going and doing our monthly grocery shop, which is going to be another few $100s. It's just insane. Like, I feel like most weeks our spending recaps look very frugal. Like, we're on a no buy year, we don't buy things. But there was so much buying things this week. And all of it was budgeted, all of it was like necessary things, except for the takeaway we got last night. But even then, I'd call that necessary personally. We needed to eat. And we didn't, like, we were out during lunchtime and we didn't buy lunch. We only bought dinner. So we took enough food that we didn't need to buy lunch, but we did have to buy dinner because we ended up out a lot later than we thought we were going to be. I even bought makeup this week. I buy makeup like, I mean, how long does a makeup product last? I only buy stuff when I run out, but my eyebrow stuff is like dead. Today, we're planning to have a very chill day. The only thing I really need to do is meal plan because I haven't gotten to that yet. And then, I'd like to start editing this vlog because I'm really behind on my YouTube editing and I want to get into a better rhythm. But yeah, that's kind of what we're doing until this evening when we go grocery shopping. So you'll see that. This is a box of cat litter that we just haven't moved yet because it's big and heavy and it's been a very crazy week. But Gilbert loves the Amazon boxes. Something about the smell of them. He's obsessed. He's just kind of made it his own little home and he's brought his toy up and everything. Have you got your little octopus?
Voice and a bad character. You're the only one who can save me, Bridge. I need you. Without you, 20 years from now.
What about Lara?
Oh, over.
What you doing?
Watching YouTube.
What are you watching?
It's just some random YouTuber that I found. She's right.
Yeah.
I like her content.
Just
She's cute.
okay?
Yeah. Plus, then I get to pause on fun shots like this.
Thanks.
Look at that face.
He's watching, was it last week's video? Or the
2
one
days
before
ago.
that? Oh yeah. So, the most recent one. Anyway.
Yep.
Anyway, it's Sunday. Oh, for the love. It's Sunday. We fully intended to do stuff yesterday, but we both just crashed and didn't feel very well. Matt is still recovering from being sick. And yeah, the takeaway that we had on Friday night really didn't agree with my stomach. I just felt not great all of yesterday. So anyway, it's Sunday afternoon. Finally got the meal planning done. I'm hoping to make a video on how I do my monthly meal planning. And now we're gonna go grocery shopping. And
That's going to be fun.
that's it. I think that's it. Need to plan for the week too. We're doing great over here. It's just one of those weeks where like, really glad for it to end.
Yep.
We just turned 23. It was the world versus you and me. We were both head over heels. Yeah, you remember how that feels. We thought we would win somehow. We're laughing at that now.
We've got everything laid out for the grocery haul, so I'm going to film that now. And then over here, we've got the beginnings of some soup. Matt's washing the rice and quinoa.
Beginning of midpoint. It's probably midpoint. Most of the stuff's in there.
That's true. It is the midpoint. I think I'm going to leave you here. I know it was a bit of an abrupt end to the vlog, but it's been a very, very strange week, and I'm glad that it's over and we've made it out the other side. I didn't even get to my planning today, but that's okay. Matt's just realized he didn't get to his either.
No.
How sad are you?
There's still time.
There's not still time. It's after 7. We need to go to bed. I'm tired.
And we're old.
Yes, yes we are. Anyway, I hope you have a great week, or are having a great week. And I'll see you in the next vlog.